Hi, thanks for joining. I'm Canute, and today's episode is Pro Tools Quick Start. Today, we'll be making a new session, adding tracks, switching windows between edit and mix, creating a click track, setting tempo, recording, and basic navigation. Let's go into it. When making a new session, you want to create a folder on your work drive. Labeling is very important. Start by the project title, and then creating the session, Pro Tools will label your song. So you go File, New Session, and on this dialog box, you get to select a few parameters. Today we'll do a blank session. We'll do .wave, you could select AIFF, and we'll do 24-bit. The sample rate we'll do today is 44.1. However, depending on your audio card, you will get to select a different sample rate if you so desire. Hit OK. And now your session is ready to be labeled. I'm already in my project session, and I'm going to call this Quick Start. Hitting Save will now create the session. So if you notice, it's blank. So now we're going to add some tracks. You go Track, New Track, and today we'll do Create one mono audio track in samples. Hit Create, and now it's there. This window that you see is the mix window. To toggle between the mix and the edit window, you come Window and select either one. Now you're in the edit window. If you notice, you see the same track here as you see here. Another quick way to get to these two windows is Command plus equal. That's going to be useful down the road. All right. So we've created one track. We want to create some more tracks. You could go Track, New Track, and we want to add a master track or master fader. And this is where you could do that. Now, if you wanted to add more audio tracks, or if you wanted to add an instrument track, a MIDI track, or an aux track, this is where you'd click on this pop down and you'd get to select that. So to recap, create, you could add the number if you wish. You want to do mono or stereo, and you select the track you want to add. In this case, we're going to do a master fader, and we want to add one more audio track. We'll do that right there. And you hit Create. There you have it. Now, if you want to move things around, you could just grab it, select it on here, and drag and drop. In this case, we're going to drag this one up here so you get to see it. All right? So if you want to create a click track, you can come here again. You go Create Click Track. And it's there. Again, if you want to move it out the way, you just click on here, drag it. I'm going to toggle between my mix window and my edit window so you could see. This is where you can label your tracks now. You could double click on here and you could label this. I'm going to label this DX100. And I select that. If I was going to do a vocals, I'll double click on here and I could hit next if I wanted to and label it. So I'm going to do vocals. And you hit OK. It's labeled here. It's the same here. Okay? Now, you create the click track, and it's in Pro Tools is default to 120 beats per minute. If you want to change that, there's a few ways. You could click on this red diamond here, double click, and then you can see the tempo. You can type in the tempo if you and you change it. If you notice, I change it from 120 to 74. Or if I want to move it to whatever I'd like, I click on here, tempo. This drop down comes and you could move it along. Right? Now, if say you don't know the tempo and you want to tap it in, click on this diamond again, and by hitting the letter T, you can tap your tempo. You can also select your resolution here and so on, right? We're not going to do 277 beats per minute. We're going to do 74. Cool. So to record, you want to record arm, and by clicking this button here, you're arming the track. Now you can record multiple things at the same time. Depends on your audio card. That's where you'd want to see your limitations. For this tutorial, we're just going to record one track, and that track comes up on my mic line 2. So I'll select that. It's my DX100. Okay, so to make sure I have signal, I want to make sure that I check my signal, and I'm going to do, and it's there. Cool. So I want to record this track that I have, and I'm just going to demonstrate for you. So I go return to 0, and then I'm going to hit play. Now I can hit play here, or I can hit my space bar. That's another way to play or stop in Pro Tools. So I'm going to hit my space bar. And you get to hear it. Right? So I have my record set up, and I'm going to play. You can hear it. Here we go. Cool. So now I made a recording. Yay, you're halfway there. All right, so let me show you some basic navigation around. Right here is where you'd see your spot, your grid, and your shuffle mode. And this is going to come in handy when you're dealing with beats and bars, copying and pasting, and so on, right? Then this is your counter right around here. And then you get to select your grid right around here. And obviously your stop, your play pause, and your record, and you could rewind from there. So once you're done recording and you like your recording, you want to disarm your record enable, right? And then here's a few things that you need to know on here. You have solo, you have mute, and you have your volume and also pan. This is all the time we have today. So thanks for joining. I'll see you next time. That's all the time we have today. If you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can be the first one to see when the videos are out. See you next time.